Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. We are here in our living room.
I'm stopping you. Do Happy Love Month instead of Happy Valentine's Day, because we might not get aired before that. Okay?
Happy Love Month, everybody. We are here, and it's the month of February, and it is our Love Month in Burlington at the bake shop, and here at home with our family, and excited for you to join us. So thank you for tuning in. And we thought how cool of an idea it would be to sort of share a little bit more of our personal life. Actually, our media team sort of put us up to this, so forgive us. But they wanted us to talk about our personal relationships, and I went, really?
Do we have to?
You haven't done
That's
that.
the first time Mike and I are actually in this. This is like...
We haven't
making a cameo today.
They're actually talking out of turn already. It's okay. So what we were going to do is talk about our relationships and
something that we attribute to the success of both of our relationships. So something that's individual that we just wanted to share a little bit more of our personal side of us a little bit more.
So who's going first?
I don't know. Who wants to go first? Michael and I can go first.
You guys go first.
Okay. So for those of you guys that don't know, Michael and I, we've been together for almost 13 years. We've been together since we were 15 years old, and we're going to be 28 this year. So it's been many, many, many years. So we met in high school, and it was a very cold, wintry night. The night that I'm pretty sure both of us had a couple too many drinks, and Michael kissed me on the first night that we hung out.
That's right.
In great
just
time.
Thought I'd go for it.
And then a week later, you actually asked me to be your girlfriend. And, what did I say to you?
I guess so. Sure. Okay.
Sure. I wasn't even too committed, I guess.
Thankfully,
right?
you remembered the night, Mike.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm happy. Yeah. The best decision I ever made.
Best decision we ever made. So we've been together for 13 years, and been together all through high school and all through university and college as well too. But I think that it's never been 100%, roses and sunshine. There's been stuff along the way that has made us grow and kind of reevaluate our life and reevaluate our relationship. But maybe we can talk about that for a second.
Well, yeah, I think that's true. There's always going to be some peaks and valleys with everybody's relationship. So, if you can work through that together by kind of talking it through and kind of, one of the main things is that we've always kind of shared a mutual respect for each other, so that whenever that we have a disagreement or we have an issue that we need to deal with, it's something that we can lock ourselves in a room and not come out until we're both agreeing on it, or
exactly.
That's awesome.
we come to some sort of an agreement on it, even if we don't completely agree.
There's some sort of resolution in it, but I think that for us, like the biggest kind of learning stage of our relationship was a couple of years ago, and Michael and I were just kind of going through some just unhappiness, I would say, as a couple and personally, and we just weren't really too sure where we kind of wanted to be. So Michael actually ended up going to Thailand for 2 months in late.
Wasn't exactly a spur of the moment decision. It happened relatively quickly, but you're partly why. You said, why don't you go away and do some traveling, get away for a little while. So that was a big, was a blessing, and
it was something that then when Michael came back from Thailand, we were actually able to reevaluate our relationship and say to ourselves, okay, like, we don't like this part, okay, but we do like this part, okay, like, let's move forward and let's really be the best couple that we can possibly be, and let's work with each other, because we both realize that at the end of the day we're stronger together and that we're better together than being apart. So I think that was like the biggest
and
lesson.
then 2 years afterwards, 2 years later, in 2017, Erinn and I just went on our own trip together to Thailand and Vietnam, and we were able to share some really cool new experiences. In fact, we got engaged while we were there in Vietnam as well, so that was very exciting. So.
For those of you guys that don't know, and yes, we're getting married this year. For those of you that want to know, it's gonna be in September, so we're very, very excited. But I think that, like you said, I think that our biggest learning thing with our relationship is just knowing how to respect each other. And I think that we do have an immense amount of respect for each other as a couple. So that is our piece of advice, is never ever lose that respect and that trust for each other, because I feel like if you don't have that, then you don't really have anything. So
And we've just had a fifth person just join us.
Zoe!
It would be
It's our
Zoe.
fur baby.
It's our little
So you might hear some meowing.
Come
It's
here.
It's not Erinn or Michael or
Come
Ken.
here.
It's not a baby yet.
She doesn't
That's
know
for
with
sure.
us.
She can come hang out
Oh,
with
she's
us.
a little bit grumpy. Okay.
She's
This is
a,
the grumpy cat.
yeah,
Oh,
that
God.
grumpy cat on the
You
internet.
might have seen her on the internet.
was
We're
not
trying to make
supposed
her
to happen.
the next coming of Grumpy
it's
Cat.
okay. It's okay.
Bye-bye.
They're trying out to see if they can raise a cat. And if they can do that successfully, then they're going to have a child, I think. Right?
We'll move on to a dog first,
Yeah,
maybe.
okay,
Maybe
then
move on to a dog.
They
first.
graduate.
Then people, then little kids.
Yeah, but that's our
Wow.
kind of two cents. But maybe you guys can share now too.
Where do we
You
start?
want me to start?
Well,
You always know the
dates
Coles
and
notes
stuff,
very good. Yeah,
So we met in 1999
that's right.
at your restaurant, the Black
Yeah.
Dog, and
Yeah.
I walked in for lunch with a business client, and Ken sort of slipped me his business card. Very
I
well.
ran. Actually, I like pushed people out of the way. It was kind of like the Super Bowl, going for the end
Touchdown.
touchdown. Yeah,
End
it
zone
was.
touchdown.
It really was.
So we dated for a little bit.
Yep.
We dated for about 8 months or so, and
Yeah.
it was very difficult. But it was fun. But it was I didn't know how he could actually keep up with that lifestyle, because
Yeah, it was
he
crazy.
was.
Just having
you know,
way too much fun.
It was just being a restaurant owner and a bar owner, etc. And as you end up having a certain kind of lifestyle. And honestly, for me, it was really fun for a while. And then I went, wow, my health is really taking a toll. So I went,
I can't keep doing
I
this."
can't keep doing that. So
Yeah.
sort of had to make a decision.
And I was kind of immature too.
just kind of.
Yeah, Kelly kind of said, "Call me when you grow up," and that was about it. So it took a little bit of time, and we ended up back together.
Yeah, we did. So, but the funny part was we had got back together again from a very serendipitous sort of situation, and my parents, they're very dear friends. It was her 70th birthday. Anyways, long story short, Ken ended up showing up at this function that I was there, and that was 5 years later. We ended up meeting again, and we ended up dating again, and then we ended up sticking it out. So something, I guess, worked for
Something
the two of us.
stuck there.
Something stuck.
Something
Yeah.
stuck.
Love.
And it's funny because Erinn and Michael meeting, and Ken and I met then for the second time 1 month later. So almost our relationships are very the same period of time. But if we add our 5 years before that,
Yeah.
then it's a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, we still talk during that time and periodically, and
yeah,
we
And
were
we
still
figured
very, very connected. I just was disconnected. in a
Yeah,
way.
but anyway, so fast forward, we're going to do this now because of where we are now in this present moment, and for the last few years, we've started Kind Food, we've been involved in the bake shop, doing all these things and crazy business wise, which has been good and bad for families, and Erinn and I have spoken about that before, about how much we've learned from being involved in businesses as families go. And so Ken and I also too had another issue going on with his ex-wife, and those of you might not know that situation, but it was actually a very big thing that was going through in our family and our relationship, but it radiated out and affected business and everything too. So we had some amazing times, but we also had some very difficult times, and in those difficult times, Ken was finding, and I'm just going to talk and then you can talk, some more
Really?
spiritual connection that he was really yearning for, and it was really remarkable. And many times I had to find a brave side of myself, and and challenge myself, but hold this space for him to go to different ashrams. And Ken actually left and went to India and Nepal and Thailand, and he was gone and Bali. Well, we met in Bali.
Yes.
So
Christmas.
but so he ended up entering a monastery, and he did some great soul searching, and it really has benefited our relationship. It's benefited us as a family. It's the world, right? When we end up challenging ourselves and becoming a better version of ourselves, everybody else wins by that as well. So maybe you want to talk about it more, about what you experienced. And
I kind of look at as like the challenges of a relationship, is the sense that if you just kind of take Mother Nature as I do as my example. You know, it's challenging, it's stormy, it's clear skies, it's raining, it's flooding. You know, the world is constantly, it's in flux. And much like a relationship, but underneath all of that, there's a gratitude, you know, and the gratitude is the underpinning foundation of my experience of life. And you know, whether it's raining, it might not be what you want, but it's needed, and that's for you to grow. And all of it is so you can grow and, you know, understand why you have those feelings, and get into that, and then release it and let it go. And I think, you know, there's a lot of like forgiveness. You know, acceptance is the biggest word, because, you know, we're all doing the best we can with who we are. And I think that's just something to just let go of things that we find that we are struggling to fight to keep and attach ourselves to, when really it does us a lot of times more harm than good hanging on, because just letting go is just to release yourself and just, you know, it's as it is as it is.
And as sometimes corny as that
Yeah.
term might sound, right? But it's all about that surrendering to the ultimate of just what is, because it's when you're trying to hang on to being right, or things just don't work in your favor, and you're going, man, this is just like causing me so much angst. But as soon as you just sort of let it go and forgive the situation, forgive the person, let go to, you know, like you're saying, it's raining outside. Well, you're not going to change the rain, but the more you say it's raining outside and it's bothering you, that's what's causing that suffering inside. And, and I think that's what we've had, that awakening within a relationship. And it's something too, that you can become awakened with, but in that moment you can become awakened with it. But the true joy is when you're practicing it continually. So you have to work at it.
Yes.
Yeah,
A perfect relationship is not ever going to be.
Yeah, it's just, I was just going to, you know, rein in there when you talk about raining. It's like Bob Marley says that, you know, some people feel the rain, others just get wet. And I think that's just about feeling all of your life and feeling all your moments that you have in life, the good, the bad, and everything. And accept it, but mostly cherish it. It's just such a gift. Even the worst thing is a gift. There's something in there.
And I think that's
amazing with
we
relationships.
have really just come to this amazingly, massively full circle. And I catch myself sometimes going, whoa, like, you know, what we've accomplished personally, really all four of us, and then what we've accomplished in the outside world, if you want to say from business-wise, or, you know, our blog and our voice, and how we've just radiated this kind of authenticity. I keep on going back to that authenticity and just being real. Like, you know, you guys are seeing us now in our living room, up close and personal, and not holding anything back, because we did have quite a few shitstorms, quite a few, but you know,
quite a few. Michael and I can attest to that.
Yes.
There was quite a few.
And I look at Erinn and Michael so many times too, of these amazing role models, right? You know, and age doesn't matter, guys. You know, you guys are literally half our age. You know, you're 27, we're 54. So this is a special year that we're...
Did you just say that?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Mom just said she's 54. Oh my gosh. No, but I completely agree with you that I think that every relationship has its ups and downs, but I think it's a matter of really being grateful for those moments and truly cherishing every single moment that you have with your significant other, or your loved ones, or your girlfriends, or your family, whatever that is. It's all about relationships. It's not about maybe that one significant relationship. It's about all of your relationships, and just being grateful for all of them, and giving them all the respect and just giving them all you, essentially, right?
And that's one of the... Sorry.
Go ahead.
I think just, you know, it's like giving up is the easiest thing to do. It's like giving up in a relationship, giving up in anything. You know, it's the easiest thing to do. But you don't grow. You're just going to find yourself in this situation again.
Yes.
You know?
Yes,
exactly.
that's the key, right?
That
the universe
is...
keeps on giving you your lessons.
Absolutely.
You were going to say something, Michael.
Oh, I was going to just say on that note that, you know, giving up and working through some of those challenges, I mean, I think it's also, it pertains to like kind of the relationship between all four of us, because, you know, we've grown through our relationships with each other, not just Erinn and I, but Kelly and I and Ken and I and all three, all the four of us kind of all each way. So, you know, I mean, it's not just Erinn and I are in our relationship too. It is
So
a
many
family
of them.
thing, and you know that's one of the most important things that we have, and that you know over the last now 12 years, you know that I've known Kelly and Ken and Erinn. You know, we've all had our ups and downs, but yeah, you know, we've stuck through it, and you
we're
know,
better
even though it
for
hasn't been
right?
easy, it's definitely been worth it. And so, like you said, not giving up. It's you know, you gotta push through some of that stuff, but it'll be better.
It's worth it.
Yeah, it's better.
I want
It's
to
gooder
add to
on the other side.
that back in, I gotta get my years right. So 2006,
Yeah.
Erinn and
We
Michael
were 16.
worked at Ken's restaurant, the Black
Yes.
Dog, as a
Yes.
hostess and busboy. So
We
when
did.
Ken and I started dating, this is
It
how
was so
long
cute.
we've all been working together.
It was so
Erinn
cute.
and Michael, the two little puddins here,
Yeah.
worked for Ken.
Yeah,
So
for
it was
4
so
years, and we
little
learned how to
curtains.
work together.
And Ken
And-
busted your butt, didn't he?
Oh yeah, a little
Yeah.
here and there,
Okay,
but
that's good. That's
There
good,
were
but-
for a
Yeah.
few
Yes.
drinking nights.
No, but we, like Michael's saying, we learned how
Yes.
to actually work together so
Yes.
that when we opened up Kind Food and Let Us Love in the bake shop, that,
Yeah.
you know, we actually learned what it was like to work together and actually be around each other literally 24 hours a day, because a lot of couples and families and relationships don't ever experience that. They get to go to work and they come home and they spend dinner together and that's it, but we had been spending 24 hours a day together, so there's that layer on top of it all, right? So yeah, it's cool.
Very true.
Yeah, and it was so funny too because I remember at times there was Mike walking by Erinn. He's trying to cop a kiss.
yeah.
And Erin's going, Mike, everybody's watching. You know, in the middle of the
We gotta
restaurant.
stay professional.
Or some of the
Mike's like-
guys would ask Erinn for their number, and I thought I was gonna jump over the bar and attack them or
Yeah.
something, you know, break a beer
Stab
bottle.
with an ice pick.
Yeah.
So funny.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, happy Love Month, everybody.
Oh, happy Love Month.
Happy
Happy
Love
Love
Month.
Month.
We
Okay.
had to
Happy
cut
Love
this
Month.
off, and
We
so
do.
thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for
and,
tuning in. It's good.
Yeah,
We
we're
hope
good.
you guys learned a little bit more about us and our intimate relationships.
Feel free to leave the comments below.
Bye.